Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of Advanced Bass Fishing. And man, I really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to check today's episode out. Guys, today we have a little bit of a different video, sort of more of a narrow audience here. I want to talk about night fishing for bass because at the time of filming this video, we're in the first week of July. Night fishing is probably the best way to catch bass this time of year for sure. And I've got a lot of experience night fishing, so I'm going to give you guys some good tips and advice if you'd like to give it a try. I'm also going for a couple things before we get started, guys. Real quick, just wanted to remind everybody, anyone interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, you can do that by going to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler. Just shoot me a private message for details there. And also, guys, Tackle Warehouse has got what they call a big bargain bin sale going on right now. They got 20% off on a bunch of stuff on the website. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description. If you guys would like to use that link to take advantage of it, that'd be much appreciated there. Okay, guys, I used to night fish a ton. It's like when I first started fishing, I got into a bass club in Joplin, Missouri called the Big Mo Bass Club, and I was pretty young at the time. I was my late teens, early 20s, and the guys in the club there, most of them were quite a bit older, and they couldn't stand to fish in the heat. It's like they wanted to go night fishing all the time. So we had at least half of our club tournaments were night tournaments, which I hated because, to be honest with you guys, there's some things I like about night fishing, but there's some things I don't like about it. I would prefer to fish in the daytime, but a lot of people love to fish at night. And I want to give you guys some tips and advice on how to, do well and catch, bass at night if you're inclined to do so. First of all, the night fishing season is pretty long. It usually, I got buddies that start night fishing like in late March and early April before the fish actually even start spawning. So you can catch fish at night, pretty much most of the year, except for the winter time. It's probably not that great. And the good thing about night fishing is the fishing is always a lot better. It's like, I would probably say that the fishing is at least twice as good at night or even more. It's like if you go out during the daytime in the summertime and you grind it out all day long and you catch, 5 or 10 fish, you'll probably catch 25 or 30 or more at night, and they'll be bigger ones. It's like, I think that bass feed at night most of the time anyway, so it's a really good time to catch fish if you're wanting just to get bit. Downside of it is, like I said, you can't see. Sometimes you got that dew on the water. You get all wet, you're tired, but the upside of it is you can catch a lot of bass. Okay, so here's what I like to do. First of all, I don't like to fish stained water lakes very much at night. About the minimum water visibility I like to fish at night is about probably 2 to 3 foot clarity. 2 to 3 foot clarity, you can catch a lot of bass at night, but I prefer water visibility of over 3 feet. It's like clear water, nighttime fishing is just better. They can see better, even at dark, so you just catch a lot more fish. So you need to have at least 2 or 3 foot of visibility in the lake that you're fishing for that to work. The next thing that you have to remember about catching them at night is you want to try to picture where those fish go during the daytime to get away from that shallow bank, areas, because a lot of times those fish will move shallow at night and they'll move out deeper during the daytime. So therefore, the best places to night fish are your places that are fairly close to deep water and areas that have a fairly sharp slope to it. So therefore, bluff banks, steep channel banks, deeper points, all that type of stuff is going to be a lot better type of area, deeper boat docks. I have always done a lot better on that type of structures. It's like I don't catch many fish at night, like going back into the real shallow flat areas. It's normally those immediate access to deeper water areas, because let me give you a good example of what I'm talking about here. I was drop shotting down at Table Rock Lake about 30 years ago. Actually, not drop shot, Ben. I was actually doodling a 4-inch worm. They called it doodling back then. And I was catching bass suspended in the treetops in about 30 foot of water, over 60 foot of water. And a bunch of the fish I caught had crawdad pinchers in their throats. And I know that those fish didn't get the crawdads, they were fresh crawdads too. They didn't get them out there roaming around in open water. They've been up on the bank at night feeding. So the area that I was fishing was really close to a bluff bank, like a channel swing bluff bank. And that turned out to be one of my best night fishing areas, is on those steeper, rocky type bluff banks. Rock is always better too. Riprap banks, rocky banks, any type of rock structure is going to be better. Boat docks, again, are really good too, because a lot of times boat docks have lights on them, which attracts insects, which attracts perch, keeps the bass there. I've caught a ton of fish around boat docks at night. Okay, now the techniques, aside from where you're fishing, my number one bait for night fishing, it's close. Number 1 and 2 are real close, but a black spinner bait's my number one night fishing lure. I usually like a black spinner bait with like a number 6 Colorado blade on it. Some type of like half-ounce spinner bait works really, really good at night. And my second best nighttime lure is a larger, like a 9 or 10 inch plastic worm, usually on like a 1/4 ounce slip sinker. And I rotate between casting that worm and throwing that spinner bait, you know, just depending upon where I'm at. It can work either or. It just, you know, just depends on the mood and the personality of the fish. Another bait that works really good at night is a black chatterbait. That's sort of been a more recent development with that. And also, a big crankbait can work good, like a big deep diving crankbait. I've caught a lot of fish on a deep crankbait. Buzzbait can be okay too. I've caught some good fish on a buzzbait at night, especially like in farm ponds. By the way, guys, if you know a farm pond that's got fish in it, try fishing it at night. Farm pond fishing at night is, again, twice as good as the daytime of the year. But the main thing about it, guys, if you haven't caught them, just go out, find you some main lake points, find you some bluff banks, find you some riprap banks, get out there with a black spinner bait or Texas rig worm, and try to target that water less than 10 foot deep, and you'll catch some fish, man. It's an easy way to catch them. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.